Okay, so today we are going to discuss about actually functions, user-defined functions. So here we define a new function called swap. It is x comma y as parameters, return y comma x. So to define a function in the Python, we have to use a def keyword followed by function name and followed by list of parameters. List of parameters not mandatory. If you want to pass, you can pass. Otherwise, you can omit. Depending on the requirement, normally we pass the parameters. And this is here x comma y, two parameters I am passing. Okay, this is going to just return the value y comma x. First value is y, second value is x. A function in Python can return more than one value. Normally in other languages, a function can return only one value, but here it is returning more than one value. Now to demonstrate this function, I've used it here a equal to 100 and b is 200. Here I'm printing print using f string I'm printing in this case. Before swapping, a and b values are a, b like this, and a comma b equal to swap a comma b I have written. So in this case, what happens? The value of b comes into a and the value of a comes into b. So this is going to swap in such cases. Then print after swapping a and b values are a comma b like this. So for swapping, I'm using it. Swapping meaning is what? Interchanging the values. Okay, so this is one way of defining actually a function. We have defined a function. So using that, we are swapping the values. Similarly, sometimes we may have a function that may not return any value. Okay, right, like this, say hello. In such cases, it may not be returning anything. So normally in the Python, we should not use JavaScript camel case kind of thing. Instead of that, you need to go with the snake case. This is called like here snake case, and we don't require curly brackets in that. Okay, say hello, then put question mark. After that, here write print, followed by, in this case, we write it as hello. Like this, we do. So this is not going to be returning anything in this case. It is just going to print. So this is a function, which is not returning anything, which doesn't have any parameters. This is another way of defining a function. So this function we can now call here. We are going to call the function. This is called as function invocation or calling a function. This is what declaring a function as well as defining a function. We are declaring and defining a function here. So this is called as function definition as well as declaration. But this is what here function invocation. We are invoking the function. So for invoking function, you need to use the function name followed by whatever parameters you have, you need to pass. Otherwise, you need to have simply empty set of parentheses. Okay, so first thing is swap function. Second thing is say hello function you have defined. Similarly, suppose we want to go here with the sum of two numbers. Okay, sum of two numbers we require. We can write in this manner. Def, here in this case, here go with this def sum. Then we pass in this case a comma b. So here we can write inside this return a plus b. In this case, what happens? It's going to be summing a and b, then it can return the value for us. So here we write c equal to sum a b. Like this you can put. So in such case, what result you get here? You can write now print using f string, write the sum of, here in this case, a and b is, it's going to be in this case c. Like this we can print. So this should print for us now the result as how much? 300. You can see here the sum of 200 and 100 is here 300. It's printing for us result. So we have declared here a function which is adding numbers and returning for us. Okay, so this time we have two arguments a comma b. It is having in this case two arguments. Okay, like that we have written. Similarly, sometimes we define function. So in such cases, what we do? We may have to sometimes pass arguments, sometimes we don't pass arguments. For example, I want to go here with the def followed by root. So in such cases, I want to pass num, then index equal to, I can write it as here, some 2. I'm going to write it as 2 in this case. Then here I want to return here in this case, I want to import on the top math library. Import here, write this as math. I'm importing the math library. Now here return math dot. Here I can go with the POW. POW meaning is what? Power. Followed by here I give num. Then followed by here it is 1 divided by 2. I can write like this. So this is going to be returning the square root. So instead of writing 1 divided by 2, I go with the index. I can write in this case index. Okay, how this works, see here. This is basically default value or optional argument we say. By default, it takes a value 2. Okay, but when you call it, you can call in number of ways. Here write sqrt equal to what we write. You can write it as root followed by 625. Okay, you can just put 625 in such cases. I'm just keeping it as 625. Okay, now cubic root. Okay, cubic root equal to here, or C root I write here. C root, this equal to, I'll go here with the, I'll go in this manner here. 5 5s 125 I take in this case. Now C root equal to here, I go with the root, then followed by, I put here 125, then I'm going to put this as here 5. So what result we get? C. Right here, print the square root of here 625 in this case. I put this as here C. Not C, it is just sqrt I put here. Okay. Similarly, here I write the cubic root. Cubic root of 125 is what exactly? This is going to be here C root. Okay. So what happens now in this case? Just check it. What is happening for us? Why it is not printing? Because we haven't used here F string. Because of that, nothing is getting printed for us. Here also I haven't used F string. So we don't get properly results in such cases. Go with this, try to execute. What it's saying in this case, when you go with the 625, it is giving it as 20.0. But when you go with the 125, it's giving actually 2 point something. What I gave here in this case, when I go with the C root, I have taken 5, but if I go with the 3, in such case, you get the correct result. Okay, if you go with the 3, you are going to be getting it as in this case, some 5 value. Just save it and try to run. What do you get? C. So in the first case, it is giving 25. In the second case, it's giving actually 5 for you. Okay, second case 5. In the first case, 125 you get. So this is giving square root and the other one is giving actually cubic root. So this is called as function we have defined with the, optional arguments. If you look at this function, we have defined root function, num index equal to 2, return math.pow. POW is nothing but power. Okay, we are raising the given num into 1 by index times. Okay, you are getting basically, it is square root or cubic root or fourth root or fifth root or sixth root, whatever root it is, we are going to do it. Return math.pow num comma 1 by index. So here what is happening ultimately? We have in this case sqrt equal to root 625, C root equal to root 125 comma 3. So this should give us 25 and this should give us actually 5 in this case. So first one is giving 25, second one is giving in this case 5 for us. So like this, basically this function is working. Rahul understood this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sanjay, you understood this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So this is called as a function with optional arguments. If you want to pass that argument, you can pass, otherwise you can omit. But if you don't pass, automatically it takes the value as index equal to 2 here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Similarly, okay, we need to define a function with variable number of arguments. Okay, we have to take sometimes variable number of arguments. Using in the Python, we need to define a function so that can accept variable number of arguments for us. What is variable number of arguments?
Any number, like.
For
We can
example, you have here def sum of nums. How many nums? We don't have any guarantee in that case. Okay, in that case, we don't have any guarantee. So therefore, in such case, sometimes it can be giving us, sometimes we pass only 2 arguments, sometimes 3 arguments, sometimes 4 arguments, like that we can pass. So that is called as basically variable number of arguments. Okay, so that can be called as, in this case, variable number of arguments. Now here I can go with the star followed by AGS. That means what? This is called as here arguments. Okay, I mean here this can be called as variable number of arguments, this one. So this can be called as here variable number of arguments. We are passing using a star symbol in that case. It's just name actually. So using here star, we can pass variable number of arguments in this case. And this is called as here unpacking operator. Star is called as in this case unpacking operator. Okay, we can call this as actually unpacking operator. Now let us go with this and try to add them. S equal to 0 we have taken. This is fine. Then we go with the for loop in this case. We have a for loop for here num in star args. We need to write like this here star args. We need to iterate one by one in such cases. So what we do here? So this is, we go here using one by one in that case, then we retrieve the value. So here while unpacking, you don't require star, just you can go with the args, and one by one value we need to get in this case. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to take whether it is a number or not. We need to find out first. So here write if, okay, if what we write here is instance, there is one function called is instance. This requires here 2 different things. One is what it is going to be here num, followed by here what we write it as actually int. Okay, if it is integer type of data, then in such cases, what we do, we can write s equal to s plus here num. In this manner, we do it, and at the end, we are going to be returning it. If it's a number, then in such case, we do it. Otherwise, we don't do it. It's not args, just we need to go with the ags in this case. It's basically ags. So this is called an unpacking operator. You can pass n number of arguments in such cases. Now come down here and write total equal to, here I write sum of sum of nums. I can give 10, then 45, 34, 78 sometimes. And I want to print in this case, print. Here I write the sum is here it is total we put. In the same manner, we have to go in this way, total equal to, again, Here, we just put 10, 20, 30. 30. Then again, we try to print it. Let us try to print here now what happens. In the first case, we are passing 4 parameters. In the next case, we are passing just 3 parameters. Just see here. In the first case, we are passing 4 parameters. In the next case, how many we are passing? 3 parameters we are passing. Just try to execute now this. What is happening? In the first case, we get 167. In the next case, we are getting just 60. So like this, we are passing here variable number of arguments. Understood this here? So like this, you can do to define a function which can accept variable number of arguments. This is going to be treated like actually internally a list. Star ARGS, AGS I have taken. So one by one, I am retrieving from that. Then I am trying to find the sum of them. If I put here some other value, it will not accept in such cases. Again, I can go with total in this case. Then here, I would like to go with this. I want to put something like here. AD. In a single quote, I put here. Then similarly, I want to go here with this and try to write this as here. Some true. One more thing is here. Date time. Dot date time. Dot I can go and go with this here now function. Okay. So date time is what it is. We need to import that package. Import here date time. Date as well as time. Now, how many total arguments we are passing in this case? Date time is okay. So we are going to pass actually here how many arguments? Extra comma has come. Now everything is fine for us. This is what this is the package module. Similarly, this is what this is a class. And this is what this is a method. It's nothing but method. Now when we go with this, what value we should get in this case? We go with the 40. What value we expect? After this, I try to add here. I put here 30. What result we should get in this case? We need to get this as 100. Take this and try to print here the result. It should print 100. It should not print. It should not give any error. When it is like AD is the string and this is date. And one more thing is what here true. So they should not be printed only. The numbers has to be printed in that case. It is saying 101. How this is 101? Here it is 10 plus 20, 30 plus 40. How much it is? 70 plus 30. It is how much in this case? It is 100. But true is taken as actually 1 in that case. So let us put false and see what happens. Let us go with false and try to run again here. In that case, you should get it as 100. So we are getting in that case 100. But if you put it as true, in that case, what is happening? It is taking it as 1 for us. So let us go with the true here. And here also, once again, we try to put true. Therefore, what will happen? See, so this time it should be 102 for us. Hello? It should give us 102 in this case. So it's giving 102. That means what? When it is true, it's going to take it as 1. Okay, whenever it is false, it's going to take it as 0 for us. So internally true is nothing but it is a number. Getting this point here?
Yes, sir.
Sanjana, are you following this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so sum of nums actually is a function. So using that, we are passing variable number of arguments. When you pass variable number of arguments, what is happening in that case? It is actually retrieving 1 by 1 value. But whenever it is integer instance, then we are adding. Otherwise, we are not adding it. See here. Is instance num comma int. In such case only, it is going to be adding. Otherwise, it will not add. We are passing the parameter. Next thing is what here? Type of data. If it is integer type of data, it's going to add, otherwise it will not add. So this is what a function with variable number of arguments. Okay, and the star is called as, in this case, what? It is called as actually unpacking operator. Any question in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now similarly, here we can go with a function. So that function can have keyword arguments. So this is exactly what these are called as positional arguments. Whatever you are giving called as positional arguments. By position, we are taking them into consideration. Okay, by position, these are working. When you go with this by position, they are working. So sometimes we go with the keyword arguments. So instead of position, using names, actually, we are going to access that. So let us try to define a function which can accept keyword arguments. Okay, so here it is going to be in this manner. Def add strings, like this I write here. Add strings, followed by here, I go with the star args. So this is called as here keyword arguments. This is called as actually here keyword arguments. Okay, we can call them in this case as keyword arguments. Now here, let us go with this function. And in this, what I do, I can go with the for a in args. I can take like this. Dot followed by here values. I can find values from those things. Then here, what I do on the top, I can write in this manner. So this is here, added str is empty in such cases first. Then after this, I should go with a colon. Then here, I must be adding them. I have to add those things now in this. So this is going to be taking values. Then here I write added str equal to, I can go with here shortcut operator plus equal to, it is a. At the end, I can return here the values. So what I can do, I can go here and write return followed by it is added str. I'm going to be returning that particular thing. Okay, so this is the function. Using that, I'm going to be adding some keyword arguments. So here write s equal to, now I want to go here with this add strings. Add strings, and in this, I can go with actually keyword arguments. N number of arguments I can pass, but they should be keyword. Okay, so this is going to be like, I go with the 0 equal to, it is 0. Then similarly, here I write, I can go here with a 1 equal to, it is 1. Okay, similarly, I can write here 2 equal to 2. In this manner, I can specify here. So 2 equal to 2, this is. Then this is here 3 equal to 3. I can write this as here 3 equal to 3. Then this is 4 equal to 4. I can write. Now I want to here print all the things in this case. So here I have taken a equal to what exactly? 0, 0 equal to 0, 1 equal to 1, 2 equal to 2, 3 equal to 3, and 4 equal to 4. I've given like this. So how I declare this add string, if I take, this is going to be here keyword arguments. Where is add string exactly? Star star args. This is. It is nothing but star star args. So using this now, I just want to print the result. What result we get? C. Okay, I may not give 0. Let us write here like 10 or A0. The name is wrong actually. I cannot go with the digits. A1, then this is going to be here A2, and this is going to be here A3, and this is here A4. Like this, I am passing them. Now here, come to this and try to print. Print, followed by here S. So what result we get? Check in this case now. It is printing in this case 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's printing actually in such cases for us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Similarly, one more string also we can return in that case. This is one more thing is added, right? Keys equal to, here also we put this one. Then in this case, it will be added keys equal to, we cannot do anything in that case. So you have to go with the like for a in args dot keys. We can get actually keys in such cases. We are going to get the keys, then followed by added keys equal to, okay, added keys equal to here added keys equal to, you write in this manner. Okay. This can be like plus equal to, it is, write it as A followed by here, you go with the plus and put a comma. Like this, we are going to be keeping it. Okay. But before you return, here added keys first we take here, added keys, comma, followed by here, added str. But this I want to actually, exactly I want to strip it or strip. Or in general, I can go with the strip then. With what character I want to strip, in this case, with a single comma, I want to strip. So right side stripping, that is. Right side stripping, I'm doing like this here. So now coming to this here, we can write S comma, in this case some P, we put both the things. Print P and print S and print P in this. What result we get? C in that now. So once again, execute it. It's printing here A0, A1, A2, A3, A4. Then similarly 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's printing like this. So we are iterating over the keys as well as we are going to iterate over the values. Whenever you go with the keyword arguments, it's nothing but like a dictionary. It's going to be dictionary. You have a key and you have a value. So in this case, this is called as here dictionary. So like this, we are iterating over the values as well as the keys. We have set of values as well as set of keys in that. Okay, in that manner, we are doing it. Okay, you have set of values as well as set of keys in this case. So this is about actually functions in the Python. You can define functions like this. Okay, and here a function can return more than one value at the same time. A function may not return any value. Sometimes you may define a function which may be incomplete. You can define like this, def, okay, right, incomplete method. I may have some name like this here, followed by, I can put simply pass in that case. When I put pass, what is the meaning of that? It's an incomplete method. But if you don't have pass, in that case, that's going to be error. But when you put here simply pass, what's the meaning of that? It's an incomplete method. Like that, you can assume. So these are basically various functions. Swap function, say hello function, sum function. like sum of nums actually, then root function, add strings, all these are going to be various functions we have defined in this case. And this is what exactly add strings is, a keyword arguments this is. Similarly, we have here sum of nums star ags. This is actually variable number of arguments. It's going to be here variable number of arguments. So depending on the requirement, all these functions actually you can use. And this add strings is going to be here, it's a variable number of arguments as well as keyword arguments. Whatever arguments you want to pass, you can pass, they are not fixed actually. It is both variable number of arguments as well as here keyword arguments. So like this, you have actually the functions we can define and we can use further them.